Oh, welcome back to another On the Football Zone and to a weekend review, reviewing the Premier League games from this weekend, starting off with a shock result earlier on Saturday with Wolves defeating Tottenham 2-1. Tottenham took an early lead through Breen and Johnson, but then in the 91st minute and 97th minute, Lamina giving a goal for Wolves to give them the win. And yeah, you'd have to say Wolves really pushed for it, despite Spurs looking pretty comfortable at points, and Wolves got the win. A remarkable turnaround for Tottenham, and yeah, it completes a disastrous week for them, but for Wolves, a brilliant turnaround. I'd never say die attitude really coming into effect here, and what a massive win that is. But Tottenham, yeah, they really need that break now. But moving on into Arsenal, as they defeated Burnley 3-1. And yeah, it was Trossard in just before the break who made it 1-0 before Brownhill made it 1-1. But two goals from Saliba and Zinchenko made it 3-1. A late red card for Vieira wasn't enough for Burnley to get back into it. And yeah, despite scoring, going back level, holding on for so long, yeah, in the end, you'd have to say that Arsenal were deserving victors here, and for Burnley the struggle goes on. It was always going to be a bit of a free hit, but still, yeah, Arsenal a big win heading into the break. Moving on then to Everton, they won 3-2 away at Crystal Palace. A really great result for Sean Dyche's men. Mikalenko gave them the dream start in the first minute before Eze equalised soon after from the spot, before Decore made it 2-1. Edouard made it 2-2 before it was Guy later on who made it 3-2 to Everton. And yeah, the character of Everton's keep coming back for more. Palace were very much in the game, and I think they'll be really disappointed with the result. I think this is a result that they would have been targeting to get at least something from. But for Everton, a massive result for them, and Sean Dyche really is doing the business right now. But moving on into Old Trafford, and it was Manchester United 1, Luton 0 at Old Trafford, and it was Lindelof in the 59th minute who gave Manchester United a lead. And yeah, in the end, United, you know, they created something, some chances, but were they really that dominant home to Luton? I would say personally not. Luton hung in the game, in the end never really looked like equalising, but still, maybe we would have expected a bit more from Manchester United here. But at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points. It relieves the pressure on Ten Hag somewhat, and they can keep marching on. Moving on into Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 0 at the Vitality, and it was Dominic Solanke in the 60th minute and the 73rd minute who gave Bournemouth the 2-0 win. And yeah, in the end, it was two clinical chances from Dominic Solanke who got the win for them. And yeah, what a massive win it could be for them too. Yeah, really, really important stuff. But for Newcastle, disappointing result. Obviously struggling with injuries at the moment. Some frustration showed at the end with Trippier going over to the fans. But yeah, they need to stay positive, get through this tough patch. But for Bournemouth, that is a massive win for them. Moving on into West Ham 3, Forest 2 at the London Stadium, and it was Paqueta in the 3rd minute who made it 1-0 before Forest got an equaliser just before the break and went 2-1 up from Elanga. But just 2 minutes after that, it was Jarrod Bowen who equalised, and a late winner from Souček after so many chances gave West Ham the win. And yeah, massive win for West Ham this was. Yeah, I mean, like, they had so many chances to win at the end and eventually did. It's a huge win for them, can get them some momentum again. But for Forest leading for so long, staying in it, I think, yeah, they'll be absolutely gutted to miss out on a result here. But moving on into Liverpool 3, Brentford 0 at Anfield, and it was Salah with 2 either side of half time and Jota with the 3rd. We also had 2 goals disallowed through VAR for Nunez in the first half. So yeah, in the old, a pretty confident and dominant win for Liverpool. Brentford did have some chances, to be fair, but yeah, in the end, Liverpool getting a comfortable victory and, you know, continuing their momentum. For Brentford, it's been a bit of a stop-start season, you'd have to say, for them so far, and they're just looking for that little bit of constant momentum. But for Liverpool, big win for them as they head into the break. But for Brighton, it was a frustrating day as they dropped more points in a game which, yeah, I kind of feel like they really should have won. It was 10-man Brighton in the end, drawing against Sheffield United. They got off to a dream start in the 6th minute, putting them ahead, but got a red card in the 69th minute, and that led to a Webster own goal, levelling things up for Sheffield United. And yeah, Brighton dominated this game, but in the end couldn't get the win. Sheffield United at the end probably were pushing for the victory, you know, only having 10 men, but for Brighton, it just kind of feels like they are dropping quite a lot of points this season so far, in 8th place as things currently stand. And yeah, I think they will be a bit frustrated with that, to be honest. But moving on into Villa 3, Fulham 1 at Villa Park, and it was a Robinson own goal in the 27th minute who made it 1-0 before McGinn and Watkins made it 3. Jimenez pulled one back, and Fulham thought they made it 3-2, but Carlos Vinicius had a goal disallowed through VAR, and it led to Villa getting another victory. And yeah, in the end, you'd probably say it was quite a comfortable victory for Villa. Yeah, at home, they seem to be so good. For Fulham, it's always a tough test, this one, and yeah, they were probably outclassed here, but for Villa, another win, they keep marching on. Chelsea 4, Man City 4 was a score in a remarkable game at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea's second Premier League classic in a week, you'd have to say. And it was Man City who took lead for a contentious penalty from Haaland. But then Chelsea went 2-1 up through Silva and Sterling. And Kanji made it 2-2. Haaland made it 3-2. Jackson made it 3-3 before Rodri made it 4-3 later on. But 95th minute, Cole Palmer with a penalty to give Chelsea a draw and a frenetic game, and Chelsea showing they really can compete with the best. City, I think they'll be frustrated with missed opportunities, but just a thrilling end-to-end game, and I think the draw was definitely the fair result. And finally, in the upcoming international break, England round off their two qualifiers, their final two qualifiers for the Euros, taking on Malta and North Macedonia. And to be honest, I can't be the only one who's a bit sick of all these international breaks by now. But yeah, England already qualified for Euros, and yeah, two games that you'd expect them to win pretty comfortably. Maybe you could, if you like, just rotate the squad a bit, give some of the fringe players a chance to see who could really break through and become a starter for the Euros. But yeah, two comfortable wins for England, should score on the top front, and yeah, potentially the easiest groups in the Euros itself. But anyway guys, that's it video. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, don't forget to say every day football news and subscribe to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, peace.